welcome to Cobb County Safety Village, and welcome to the Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services Awards Ceremony. I'm glad you're here. I know it's kind of a crowded area, but we like that. The Cobb Fire family's tight, and we like to have it like that. I will say that this will be on YouTube. YouTube videos, that's the new wave, I've been told. If you don't know how to get to YouTube, such as myself, you can try it at YouTube, Cobb Fire Videos, or you can go to our website at cobbfire.org, and it should be a connection there if you'd like to see that. And it'll be on in a couple of days once we get it loaded. So before we get started this evening, I'd like to invite up our chaplain, Mike Bell, to give us our invocation and pledge of allegiance. Please stand if you would.
I'd like to ask all of you will bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful day that you blessed us with, for this occasion that we're all gathered together for, Lord, to show some honor and respect and show some appreciation to those who have done above and beyond the call of duty. Lord, to be able to gather together as a fire department family. Lord, we have many who are outside the ranks of the fire department here with us. We have our fellow police officers, our board of commissioners, and we have many leaders here. And God, we hope they're welcome and hope they enjoy the festivities tonight. Father, we wouldn't forget to pray for our soldiers on foreign soil and at home who are serving us, that we may be able to gather here tonight in this manner of freedom and enjoy life. We ask you to bless and watch over them. Father, we wouldn't forget those that we've lost in the past year. That's part of our family. And God, we want to encourage and let their families know that they're still with us and we're still with them, and ask you to bless and comfort them in the days and weeks and months to come. Lord, we pray for our leadership, for guidance. We pray for our country. And God, we just ask you, Lord, that you'd overshadow this place tonight. Keep our forces safe that are out working while we're able to be here tonight. And God, we ask all these things, praying that your will would be done. In Christ's holy name, amen. Amen. If everybody will, prepare for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I should have warned you. I have our Miss Brittany Ingram coming up to sing the national anthem, so I'll ask you to please stand again, please.
I got it. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Mike. I don't get to hear Mike preach very often, but I do get to see Brittany every day. She is my administrative specialist, and she does sing after 5 o'clock. Before I get started, just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Heaton. I am the fire chief with Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services, and the luckiest guy in the world to be in this position. I mean that. What a great bunch of men and women we have in this department. And I'm so fortunate to be in the position I am, to be working with these folks every single day. I will say that fire department, Cobb County government couldn't run, of course, without elected officials. And what I'd like to do is have an opportunity for these folks to come up and give talk to us, if you would like. I did talk to the chairman. Tim Lee is the chairman of our Board of Commissioners. And Chairman Lee, if you would please, sir, come up. Thank you.
Good evening. It's great to see all of our friends and family here with us tonight with our such a great group of folks that help make our county safe and make the folks that live throughout the entire county, throughout all the counties safe, but not only the residents and businesses of Cobb County, but the visitors that come here. So to you firefighters of the Cobb County firefighting group, we want to say thank you, congratulations. For those that are being honored tonight, I know it's not something that you guys look forward to all the time, that being recognized publicly is not part of your nature. You love what you do, it's part of your soul, it's part of your character, and you do it because you love to do it, and you do it without anticipation or desire or praise or recognition. But tonight we take a moment to recognize those that went over and above, and for that you are very deserving, and for that you are very, very well appreciative. We're very, very appreciative of your efforts and your work and your dedication to your work, to your department, to your leadership, and to our county and citizens, so we appreciate that. To our partners from the police department, we're grateful you're here to support, and of course our friends from 911, we're grateful you're here as well. So I congratulate you on behalf of the Board of Commissioners. Mr. Hankerson is celebrating his 87th birthday today and couldn't be with us, so I do want to extend his gratitude and appreciation to you as well. So thank you very much, and we're very, very proud of you and grateful to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chairman. I appreciate the leadership that you have given Cobb County and the support that you continue to give public safety. Thank you very much. Next up, I would like to invite up Commissioner Bob Ott. Commissioner Ott is this year's Board of Commissioners liaison to public safety, and we're welcoming him with open arms. I know that we've went around in circles on a few times, but I can tell you that he is truly working hard for public safety right now, and we're looking forward to working with you. Commissioner Ott.
Thank you. I just wanted to echo the chairman's welcome, but also I wanted to thank the families, because everything, all the wonderful things that the firefighters do for us, we, the Board of Commissioners, know that it doesn't happen without a strong family behind them, whether it be a wife, parents, children. So I want to offer a special thanks from all of us to all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Also present tonight is Commissioner Helen Gorham, who has in the past been our public safety, and we appreciate the support each one of you guys give us. It means so much, and a lot of times it's hard for our folks to understand the pressures that you guys are under, and we do appreciate it very much. So thank you for being here and supporting us. Next, I would like to invite up our new Director of Public Safety. I told the director I'd probably joke about it a little bit. Having two jobs has been fun, but I'm really excited to be back to the fire service. And I can tell you the first weekend that Director Forsyth was here, I got to do some work around the house, and I didn't have phone calls or pages about dogs or pets or police or some other things. So it was kind of nice, I had to say. But it's been great for the last month working with our new director, and I think he's got some good ideas and some great things coming to assist all of public safety in Cobb County. So with that, Director Jack Forsyth, please, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank Sam for the introduction, but I think really he's, I think when he said earlier he's the luckiest man to have this job, and he is, but I think he's probably very glad to be back just having one job. But it sounds like he's got too much time on his hands on Saturdays and Sundays. Trust me, we can rectify that real quick. So, and the other thing, next time we have this event, I'd like to come up before Commissioner Ott, because if you sit here, I've talked about the family, and that's so I'm still going to talk about them. because I want to give my congratulations to all the firefighters, but really what makes our firefighters and our police officers able to do their jobs is the family. And we could not do that without your support. And a lot of times you go without being recognized, but we know very much that we couldn't do this without you. So I'm going to cut it short. Congratulations to everybody, but the families also. Thank you very much.
Well, as far as special guests, there are a couple here that when we say public safety in Cobb County, we are truly a team. I can tell you that we joke with the police and 911, and we cut up, but when the ship hits the sand, we are ready, and we work together very closely and hard to get the job done. And with that, first I would like to introduce Ann Flynn. Ann is our Acting 911 Director. Ann, thank you very much for being here tonight. And then I would like to introduce Chief John Hauser with the Police Department. Chief Hauser, his Deputy Chief Ronnie Prince, and the staff. If you guys would, please stand up, the police staff there, please. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here, and as I've told you guys before, the last 2 years I have truly grown to respect, and I hate to say, but I love you guys, and I mean that. I don't know. I know that's tough for you, but I really do. I admire what you do, having been out a few times, and I'm glad there are folks like you doing the job that you're doing, so thank you. Appreciate it very much. Okay, next, I would like to say that we have Dr. Jackie McMarsh, who is our Public Services Director. Dr. McMarsh, thank you for being here tonight. It's truly a team effort in Cobb County, and this shows you the support that we have, not just in the fire department, but throughout Cobb County. I do want to tell you again, it's truly an honor to be here tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. The folks that we're going to recognize tonight are just a few of the 600 plus folks that work in this department and do such an outstanding job on 24/7. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate them. I do want to say, I know you didn't come here to listen to me talk, so I'm going to be very brief. I've had a couple of incidents in the last couple of months. It's kind of stuck with me. People coming up and go, why do people like firefighters so much? And you know, it made me stop and think. I'm not sure. Why do? And thinking about it, I think about we're like everyday folks, but we love what we do, and that positivity just oozes out of us. It really does. We're happy. We like being nice to people. Most of the time, we're humble. It is truly. When you get together with a bunch of folks who love what they're doing, and they do it on a daily basis, and there are tough times, and those tough times make us bond tighter and tighter. But you know what? The next call we go out, and we're right there again, smiling and being nice, and really, truly caring about people. And I think that's what it is. I think that's why people like firefighters. And I tell you, yeah, I'm fortunate to have been in a career like I have been in, and to see this on a daily basis, and to see and hear the people call or get emails about the things our people are doing. I can't tell you how happy and how proud I am of this department. And so to all of you out there, thank you very much for what you do. I appreciate it. I do want to ask, are there any retirees here tonight? Okay. All right. Before, and I know the family's going to get tired, but I have to reiterate what has already been said. Family, family, family. It takes a family, and firefighters can't be the people they are without the families they have. So thank you very much. Also, they're going to be recognized in a minute, but I do want to say thank you to the awards committee that has put this thing together tonight. And also, I'm going to do this up front because a lot of people are tired at the end. But the folks, April Alexander, wave your hand back there, okay? I don't know if y'all can see April. For the last month, she's been sweating this. She's been the administrative person pumping a lot of this work out. And I can tell you that I appreciate it, April. I know that you've been kind of double dutying with our front desk being absent. So thank you very much for what you've done. Kelly Bailey, you have to raise your hand, Kelly. Kelly, extremely hard working, putting the food and all this program together. Cheryl Race, Cheryl, and what's the blonde girl's name? So Brittany. So anyway, and if I missed anybody, I apologize because it's a very tough, difficult thing. So with that, I'm going to step down, but for the MC of the ceremonies tonight, if you've been in the Atlanta area very long, and you've seen Channel 2, and if you've seen Channel 2, you've seen Ross Cabot, and I can tell you this, there's always that questionable thing of no comment. You're the media, but I can tell you that Ross has been a friend of public safety. When we have good things happen, he's there to show it. And not just in public safety, but I think in Cobb County. He is a Cobb Countian. We appreciate you being here tonight, Ross. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ross Cabot for the MC and the ceremonies tonight. So, thank you, sir.
Don't worry, he'll be back to wrap things up. He's got the big award at the end. I'm extremely proud to be here again for the second year. It's been great. Just being in this room, I've noticed many of you seem 3% happier than last year. Don't know how to explain that. But I have been a fire and police groupie all my life, and it has served me very well in my very old age. Thanks for the commissioners for being here. Many of you don't know they had a very long and arduous evening last night. And I hope they can stay up for the whole thing. And we're just over there. We edited out the award for that backyard chicken rescue, just in deference to you folks. You don't have to listen to that any longer. And before we get to the awards, I just have one personal thing I wanted to say. As a news guy, I'm always famous for being there. And you guys, many of you in this room see me. I show up 15 to 45 minutes after the event happens, be it a fire call or police call or whatever. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard in my career from many of you in this room, "Oh, you should have seen it when we first got here. It was huge. You should have seen it when we first got here. We rescued people off the second floor balcony." Well, a couple weeks ago, I was on routine weather patrol and was chasing tornadoes and happened to catch one. The first time in my life that I've ever done that. And we got it on video, and it made national news, and we were the talk of the station for at least the next 48 hours. And it was extremely exciting. We found ourselves, myself and my photographer, Casey Nichols, kind of in the position that you guys faced many times. We were almost first responders. This thing rolled by us in Adairsville. There's not a huge fire coverage up there. As soon as that tornado passed by and we got it on video, we rolled down to where it hit. There were cars upside down on the road. Up the hill, there were these houses that were just level, mostly cinder block houses. We ran up there, and this is only the second time I ever remember in my career not being concerned about getting the video and getting the shot. We just wanted to run up there to see if everyone was okay, if anybody needed help. Nobody else had been there yet. This was literally minutes after the tornado hit, and we found ourselves realizing kind of what you folks do on a routine basis. And it was very eye-opening, and for the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been the one saying, "You should have seen it, what it was like when I was there." And I gotta tell you, that feels pretty good. I am putting in with the county, though, a request to put lights and sirens on our news truck, and I hope that they pass that soon. Let's first start tonight by recognizing the command staff that's here. You've already obviously been acquainted with Chief Heaton, but Deputy Chief Randy Kreider's here as well. Deputy Chief Jimmy Taylor, Division Chief Spencer Miller, Division Chief William Tanks, and Division Chief Jay Westbrook. We are happy that they're here.
I hate to interrupt you. I missed. Come on. Hey, we are improv. I mean,
Fire Chief Sam Heaton.
this is live. This is not taped. You can cut this part. I forgot a very important part besides Ross. We this year, and I'm standing up and doing this because they got to get in bed. Just kidding, guys. We have a group of explorers, and I'm gonna. When you say what are explorers, these are young folks who how they come here and they volunteer to learn about the fire service and some of the values and commitments that we have. And I'm not going to do it justice standing here. I do want to invite up Engineer Dave Dwyer. And Dave, if you would, please come up with your staff and the Explorers. And please tell us a little bit about Explorers number 33. And I apologize, Ross. That's fine, Nathan. I'm human.
This works out perfect. I was afraid of talking tonight. This is great. We're going to go down the line from left to right. We're going to introduce ourselves. Start with the Explorers, and then we'll do the advisors. Just name and age.
I'm Brett McElvery. I'm 18 years old.
I'm Jerry Kitchens. I'm 16 years old.
James Williams, and I'm 20 years old.
I'm Ashley DeVincentis. I'm 18 years old.
I'm Sarah Crenshaw. I'm 17 years old. I'm Alexis Clark, and I'm 14 years old.
I'm Cody Breeze, and I'm 18 years old.
I'm Nelson Brookins. I'm 19 years old.
I'm Kyle Gately. I'm 17 years old.
I'm Ron Herons, and I'm 19 years old.
I'm Will Green. I'm 15 years old.
Tanner Ayers, 19 years old.
Firefighter Jonathan Brown, Station 2A.
Firefighter Dustin Martinez, Station 7A shift.
Firefighter Mike Parrish, Station 23B shift.
And the advisors that aren't able to make it tonight, Lieutenant James Duncan, he's now 27B shift. Captain Mike Flowers, 8B shift. Kristen Moravolo, 11A, and then Firefighter Brett Reese, 16A shift. And myself, for those that don't know me, I'm Dave Dwyer for 23B shift. We've kind of hit a point right now, we're benchmarked just under 18 months with the Explorer program. So this is pretty new to us. We're still putting the feelers out and growing in the ground with it. Today we have a total of 10 advisors that meet every Thursday night to help out. If it wasn't for these advisors, this program wouldn't be in existence. If it wasn't for these guys up here, we wouldn't have this in place. So we'd like to thank you for the opportunity, but if it wasn't for the advisors, they take the time out every Thursday night away from their home. We're talking about family. They leave their family on Thursday nights to come do this out of their own will. If it wasn't for these guys and dedication, like I said, we wouldn't be up, and I'm proud to work with them, and it's been fantastic. It's an eye-opener for all of us, and the Explorers and the advisors, and I think now the department as a whole. Our program goals for the Explorer post were to be centered around career opportunities, whether it be in EMS, police, or fire. It gives them an understanding what happens. It builds their KSAs, their knowledge, skills, and abilities, and it's building their character more than what they had coming into the post. We're developing leaders out of them, a leadership program where they've taken roles actually as we would in the fire department. We have captain here, we have 3 lieutenants, and then we have Explorers, and we've broken that down. So everybody's being the chance to give in a role so they can take that outside. Either if it's not in the public service, like the fire police, they can take it out to the private sector and understand how things work. Behind the scenes, they're also seeing not only the fire department is involved with accidents, fires, EMS. We're doing a lot of PR details. The marathons, the hot jog, the half marathon that just happened on the Silver Comet, and we've been invited back to MAFC to help out. So they're seeing the behind the network of the fire department and public safety. Today we have 1 Explorer that's currently in the process of being hired. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of them, so we'll come up through the ranks that have the heart and the desire as a kid or young man, young woman coming up through the ranks as an Explorer. So that's going to be a great opportunity for them to build on. These are your future leaders, guys. They're here on their own time and their own dime. They come every Thursday night, if sometimes weekends. They're away from their families too. Their families make sacrifices to carry them over to the training tower and what have you. So these are our future leaders. This is who are going to be making our decisions throughout the post. Like I said, we meet every Thursday night. You guys are welcome to come. 6:30 at the tower. We leave at 9. We have to be off base at 9 o'clock. We've done tower drills. We've also met at the community center next to Station 2. And we've also done drills at Jim R. Miller Park. So with that, Wrapping up, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, critiques, interest in the Explore group, catch us after the meeting. We'll be happy to explain them to you. Thank you very much.
Ross, again, I apologize. And to the Explorers, I apologize. Sometimes when you make your notes, you skip things. But we are human. And thank you for what you do. And let me just say to the advisors, these folks don't get paid. The county's not paying them. They're volunteering just like the young adults are to come out here and work to build relationships and to build future leaders. With that, keep up the good work. I know you just got back from Gatlinburg a couple of weekends ago and did a good job, but next year, from what I hear, y'all going to place maybe first in a couple of categories. But, all right, thank you. I'm sorry.
All right. Stay close, Chief, because I see some of those guys in the back checking their radios, and I've got a feeling I may have to run out for something here in a few minutes. I hope it's not serious. Yeah, exactly. At this point, I'd like to ask anybody that's served in the military, veteran, past, present, future, to please stand and be recognized. We always do it at this time of the show, and give them a big round of applause. Chief mentioned it also, but we do want to give a shout out to the people that have put a lot of heart and soul into this event this evening, the awards committee, and if any of the members are here, they could, stand and make yourself useful. Administrative Specialist April Alexander, Lieutenant Ast, Firefighter Chip Deaton, Captain Dupree, Lieutenant Graham, Captain Hendrickson, Lieutenant Jones, Lieutenant Lester, Lieutenant O'Shields, Captain Sorrells, and Lieutenant Dennis Thayer. Thank you very much for what you do.
Yes.
Let's get the chiefs in a line then, if we could. Going to assemble the chiefs as we start with the promotions and appointments. And as we go through the award ceremony tonight, if you're up for one, you got to come up. We'd like you to come on up the quickest way possible while I'm reading what's going on. If you have a version of the Harlem Shake you want to show, that would be the time to do it, right before you go down the line with the chiefs. Firefighter 3 promotions. We've got a lot of promotions this year, a lot more than I remember from last year, the year before. Firefighters 3, if you're here, come on down. Janice Brown, Eddie Martin, Anthony Rupert, and Kevin Tiemann. Firefighter 3. Got a big 6 engineers this year. Let's congratulate Brian Arnold, Drew Dunn, John Elliott, Gerald Grimes, Casey Kroon, and Robbie Wilbur, engineers. A couple of brand new lieutenants for this year. We want to recognize Tom Covington and Jeremiah Lewis, lieutenants. Hey, they're lieutenants. They're out working. Captains. We'll recognize the captains this year. Congratulations to these 3: Timothy Ferrist, Kevin Gross, and Keith Snyder. They're your captains. One inspector technician this year in the promotion ranks, it's Ronald Johnson. Inspector 1, Jeffrey Baxter. Inspector 2, Chadwick Collins. Fire protection engineer this year, Patrick Reinhardt. I want to bring up Dale Hudson at this point.
All right, we're going to recognize a couple of things for fitness this past year. Just a quick history lesson for those that don't know. In 1988, Fire Service, Cobb County Fire Service began. Step away from
It's your personality.
that must be it. Began to test physical fitness test. We've been doing that ever since, and in 2002 we started what we called our toughest firefighter rankings, and we'd recognized the top 10 in that. This year we changed gears. We went from a fitness test and abilities test, and we had a couple of guys that really, man, they took everybody else to the woodshed, I guess you could say, because they tore it up. We had an average on this test of 847, to give you an idea what these guys did. And they turned in, both of them ties. It's the first time ever we've had a tie for this. But they did 5 minutes and 34 seconds. So they were flying. And they also, I think the closest person to them was 5 minutes and 53 seconds. So we want to recognize them. We got Kyle Williams and Jacob Clark. Is Jacob here? Just real quick, I got to say something about these two guys, just real quick. Kyle was in the top 10 for 8 years in a row, and then he kind of dropped off the list. Well, he came back last year with a vengeance, you know. And then Jacob hired in what was it, 2007. And in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, he's been number 1. I'm telling you, that's quite a compliment. These guys, congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. We got one more to give away, and this is for the best. We do two. We do the best station and the best apparatus. The best apparatus is a multi-company station. We'll take the best 2 firefighters, best engineer, and the best officer. Well, this year, we had the same station get both, which is pretty impressive. We had Station 2, Lieutenant Mark Ingram, if y'all would come up. Had Engineer Kurt Seufert, Firefighter Kyle Williams, and Firefighter Justin Shirley. They had an average time, now get this, they had an average time for the test. Their average for their station was 6 minutes, and I got it somewhere, 6 minutes and 15 seconds, average for the station. Pretty impressive. Thank you, guys.
I feel like we should all get down and give them 20 after that. Well, this latest thing we want to talk about, I'm always astounded at some of these numbers, and we recognize this time this year, every year, the busiest company. The numbers keep going up and up and up. My East Cobb station has been overrun by Rescue 30 out of the Windy Mac Connector, the Windy Hill Station, 3,785 calls this year. I did the math, that means no sleep. Congratulations, that's amazing. Engine 30, busiest engine, 2,938 calls. Truck 19 down at Powers Ferry had 854 calls this year. Battalion 102 in the southeast part of the county, 937 calls. The total incidents this year, again up and setting records each and every year, 48,085 calls, people. You are busy. We have a bunch of community awards we want to give up next, and I guess the individuals recognized, come on up and accept your awards.
No, they're not coming out, they're standing.
Oh, just stand. We'd be here all night if we did that. The South Cobb Rotary Club would like to recognize Lieutenant Bob Christner, Engineer Ben Holly, and Firefighter 2 Stacy Bullware. This year, the Sons of the American Revolution are recognizing Captain Kevin Gross, Engineer Dave Dwyer, Engineer Keith McEverly, and Captain Mike Flowers. Congratulations. The East Cobb Rotary Club Service Above Self Award this year goes to Engineer Jeff Burris. Congratulations. And the South Cobb Chamber of Commerce Public Safety Award of Merit to Engineer Michael Bulliard and Firefighter 2 Marcus Chambers. And the Marietta VFW Safety Award to Firefighter 2 Jared Barnhill, Engineer Walter Jensen, Firefighter 2 Jonathan Plowman. Congratulations. And the Mount Calvary Baptist Church Service Above Self recognition this year, Engineer Russell Wright. Congratulations. Let me go on to the EMS Awards. I love these stories. Some of them I actually cover, but I always love to read them and hear about them and recognize those who are responsible for them. It's amazing how many lives are saved each year, and we just don't hear about a whole lot of them. The EMS Award is a commendation for the dedication to the preservation of life, outstanding and exceptional emergency medical care rendered at an incident, actions that demonstrate commitment to providing patient care of the very highest standards. First one we have go to the crew at Engine 30C, Lieutenant Mike Schultz, Engineer David Gentle, Firefighter 2 Homero Ham Salse, Rescue 30C Firefighter 2 Tim Woodall, and Stephen Parlatore. This happened back on April 6th. Cobb County 911 Center received a call for an 8-year-old male in cardiac arrest. When Company 30 arrived, they discovered the mother performing CPR on her son. Crews took over compressions from the mom and initiated advanced life support measures. Shortly after initiating treatment, the patient regained spontaneous pulse and respirations. This incident highlights the wonderful results possible when the system works in unison, the early recognition and bystander CPR to the advanced medical procedures performed by Company 30's crew that day. All of these worked as designed and played an important role in the positive outcome of this incident. Again, congratulations. This next one, too, I understand the person involved may be here as well, and would certainly invite that person to come up to be recognized. But this award goes to the group of Truck 1A, Engineer Rick Garrett, Firefighter 2 William Breyer, Firefighter 2 Timothy Rio, Rescue 1A, Firefighter 2 Roy Whitaker, Firefighter 2 Kenneth Rosebrook, and a Henry County off-duty firefighter, Connor Hogan. On the afternoon of April 28th, Company 1 was dispatched to Floyd Middle School for a young female in cardiac arrest on the sidewalk in front of the school. Upon arrival of Truck 1, they found off-duty Henry County firefighter Connor Hogan performing CPR on a young female who was in cardiac arrest. Standing right here, obviously doing quite well. Crews immediately secured an airway and applied an automatic external defibrillator. After continuous CPR and 2 shocks from the AED, the patient regained pulse and began breathing on her own. While en route to Cobb Medical Center, the patient's condition continued to improve. Following further treatment, the patient was discharged fully, obviously, recovered from the cardiac episode. This incident again highlights the success of early recognition, bystander CPR, and use of that good old AED. I think that's reward enough right there. All right, the next group, we're going to give an EMS award to the Engine 1C Company, Engineer J.J. Travers, Firefighter 2 Marcus Cromartie, Firefighter 2 Mike Smith, Rescue 1C Engineer Al Prater, Firefighter 2 John Hoagland, Off-Duty Firefighter Jacob Clark, and from the MARTA Police Department, Officer Cindy Ramirez. I'm told it's their duty shift.
He's also here.
Oh, okay. Our victim is here, or our?
Yeah.
I should say. That shows it. That's my background. The patient is here. Come on up, patient. There he is. On June 17th, Company 1 arrived to a residence to find a 60-year-old male, who we see here, in cardiac arrest in the driveway. Bystanders, including an off-duty Cobb firefighter, Jacob Clark, and off-duty MARTA police officer, Cindy Ramirez, were performing CPR on the patient. Shortly after taking over life-saving efforts and delivering one electrical defibrillation with the AED, the patient had a return of spontaneous respiration and pulses. Further advanced life support was administered after a short stay in the hospital. The patient has fully recovered from the episode. Another example, and he's here to prove it. It's another example of effective early recognition and CPR and how it can save lives. It's tremendous. Next award will go to crew from Engine 3B, Lieutenant Jeff Shaw, Engineer Derek Carlson, Firefighter 2 Jim Anderson, Firefighter 2 Kelly Bussell, Rescue 20B, Lieutenant Rick Hilgen, Firefighter 2 Corey Russell, Cobb Police Officers Michael Seacrest, and Officer Wade Wagnon. It does take a village. On the afternoon of August 3rd, crews responded to a report of a female down at a residence. When they arrived, Engine 3's crew found a 60-year-old down with Cobb Police Officer Seacrest performing CPR. Crews immediately took over patient care and initiated basic life support procedures, which included electrical defibrillation with that AED. Here it is again. Upon arrival of additional crews, advanced life support procedures were initiated. Shortly after beginning treatment, the patient regained spontaneous pulses and respirations. The quick recognition and response by police officers, coupled with the professional and skilled action of the crews present, gave this patient the opportunity for a successful outcome. Congratulations. I'm going to get one of those AEDs for our news truck, I think. Next EMS award goes to the crew of Engine 27C, Lieutenant Chris Britt, Engineer Sue Addyman, Firefighter 2 John Cunningham, Firefighter 2 Steve Obermeyer, and the Rescue 1C group that includes Engineer Al Prater and Firefighter 2 Mike Smith. On September 19th, Engine 27 and Rescue 1 responded to the home of a 52-year-old female in cardiac arrest. Upon arrival, Engine 27's crew initiated basic life support measures, including CPR and applying the AED. After several electrical shocks and the initiation of advanced life support treatment, the patient regained spontaneous respirations and pulses. By the time that patient was being loaded for transport to Cobb Medical Center, she was conscious and talking, and after continued treatment at Cobb Medical Center, the patient was discharged and is doing well. Congratulations. This next one was one of these as seen on Channel 2 Action News stories. It involves Ackworth Police Corporal Luke Reynolds. Come on up, Corporal. This was some incredible video, too, I might add. On September 22nd, Corporal Reynolds of the Ackworth Police Department was sitting in the QT parking lot on Cobb Parkway and Lake Ackworth Drive. He noticed a 74-year-old female that appeared to be in distress. Upon investigation, he discovered the female had been eating and began to choke. Corporal Reynolds, with help of other bystanders, made several unsuccessful attempts to dislodge that food. She then fell unconscious, went into cardiac arrest. Corporal Reynolds and another bystander immediately began CPR and ventilations. Shortly after beginning CPR, the airway blockage became dislodged. The patient regained pulse and respirations and was discharged. That patient later from Kennestone Hospital and is doing well. And it was all caught, I think, on your dash cam, correct? Wow. Yeah. Next group of recipients come from Engine 21A, Engineer Regan Acosta, Firefighter 2 Michelle Fernandez, Firefighter 2 Donald Bell, Rescue 28 group including Engineer David George and Firefighter 2 Tony Zadro. On the evening of November 10th, crews responded to the residence of a female having chest pains. Personnel began administering care, and in the process of loading the patient into the ambulance for transport, she went into cardiac arrest. Advanced life support procedures were initiated, including electrical defibrillation. Immediately, the patient regained spontaneous pulses and respirations and in short time regained consciousness. Crews continued to assist the patient throughout the transport to Kennestone Hospital. After a short stay in the hospital, the patient was discharged and is doing fine today. Congratulations. I often wonder what people say when they come to after an episode like that, the first thing into their mind. Next group of award recipients come from Engine 2C, Lieutenant James Cordell, Firefighter 2 Matt Dams, Firefighter 2 Jeffrey Travis, and Rescue 5C Engineer Jeffrey Cleveland, Firefighter 2 Kathleen Crawford. Come on down. Shortly after leaving the scene of an accident on December 14th, Engine 2 and Rescue 5 responded to a call for a male in cardiac arrest. When they arrived, crews found bystanders performing CPR on the patient. They immediately took over patient care and initiated basic life support treatment, including the application and utilization of the automatic external defibrillator. Upon the arrival of Rescue 5 and Metro Ambulance, crews immediately began advanced life support procedures. After leaving the scene for Kennestone Hospital, the patient regained a spontaneous heartbeat. The patient has since left the hospital with a full recovery. Next group up for an award, Engine 30A, the crew including Lieutenant Carl Crumbly, Engineer Ryan Gillen, and Firefighter 2 Juan Jaquez, Rescue 30A, Firefighter 2 Chris Cruz, and Firefighter 2 Richard Hart. Come on down. This was Christmas time. On the afternoon of December 24th, Company 30 dispatched to a male in respiratory distress. When they arrived, they found a male in the front seat of his vehicle in cardiac arrest. Personnel immediately initiated advanced life support procedures, including CPR, electrical defibrillation, and cardiac drug therapy. After some time, the patient regained spontaneous pulse and respirations. Crews continued to assist with patient care all the way to Cobb Medical Center. After further treatment, he was released. Personnel in this case commended for their quick actions that gave this patient a second chance. Next award up is for the crew of Engine 20A, Engineer David George, Firefighter 2 Shane Belden, Firefighter 2 Daryl Fox, and from Rescue 20A, Firefighter 2 Matt Grimes, and Firefighter 2 Tony Zadro. This was on December 27th. Crews responded to a report of a person down. When they arrived, they found a 32-year-old male in cardiac arrest. Advanced life support procedures, including CPR, securing an adequate airway, and EKG monitoring were initiated. Shortly after beginning CPR, the patient regained spontaneous pulses. Information suggested the patient possibly overdosed on medication. And initiating drug therapy, the patient began breathing on his own and soon regained consciousness. After a short hospital stay, this patient recovered without any significant issues. Now I know why I'm not a firefighter. I'd probably be needing help after trying to rescue some of these people. Next group is from Engine 20A, Lieutenant Mike Bell, Engineer Tim Rollator, Firefighter 2 Shane Belden, and from Rescue 20A, Engineer Mike Bedenbaugh and Firefighter 2 Mike Beard. Come on down. On January 5th, Engine and Rescue 16 responded to the home of a 50-year-old female reported to be in cardiac arrest. Upon arrival, Company 16's crew initiated advanced life support measures, including CPR and applying the defibrillator. After multiple electrical shocks, securing the airway, and the initiation of cardiac medications, the patient regained spontaneous respirations and pulses. After continued treatment at Kennestone Hospital, the patient was discharged and is doing well. Congratulations. This next one's one kind of close to home, a unit citation for company excellence. This is reserved for a crew or company that has demonstrated outstanding performance of their duties at an incident. Recipients for the unit citation this year go to Engine 15, Richard Long, Lieutenant Long, Engineer Donald Thackerson, Firefighter 2 Michelle Fernandez, Rescue 20, Firefighter 2 Matt Grimes, Firefighter 2 Ryan Hardage, And from Truck 14, Captain John Redwine, Engineer Jeremy DeShames, Firefighter Scotty Pope, and Firefighter Patrick Reinhardt. Congratulations. Just down the street from me, on November 30th, crews responded to Post Oak Trick Road in East Cobb County for a vehicular accident. When they arrived, crews found a head-on accident involving a sedan-type vehicle and a minivan. Both occupants of the minivan had self-extricated themselves, although they had significant injuries. The driver of the sedan, a 29-year-old male, was severely trapped under the dashboard and steering wheel after significant crushing of the front end of that vehicle. Crews worked diligently for some time before being able to remove enough of the damaged vehicle from around the injured driver to fully extricate and remove him from the vehicle. While conscious, the critically injured driver had suffered many injuries, including 16 fractures. Personnel are to be commended for their skill and professionalism during this difficult and demanding incident. Thanks to the efforts of the responders that day, the 3 patients have recovered fully from their injuries. I think I can do this one in one breath. Got a lot on this next unit citation. Let's bring up the folks from Engine 6C, Lieutenant Mark Voiles, Engineer James Helton, Firefighter 2 Joel Earwood. Engine 7C, Lieutenant Jerry Harrelson, Firefighter John Harbin, and Homer Salse. Engineer 10C, Lieutenant Rick Bennett. And for Firefighter 2 Ronald Nichols, who many of you know unfortunately just passed away, we're told his son Austin Nichols is here to accept the award on his behalf, along with Firefighter 2 Scott Stevens. Engineer 22C, Firefighter 2 Michael Bulliard, Firefighter 2 Keith Chambers, Firefighter 2 Kimberly Taylor. From Engine 23C, Lieutenant Dwayne Campbell, Engineer Joseph West, Firefighter 2 Michael Butler. From Rescue 23C, Engineer David Bird, Firefighter 2 Jeremy Towns. From Truck 22C, Captain Keith Schneider, Firefighter 2 Benjamin Hawley, Firefighter 2 Stacy Bulware, Firefighter 2 Aaron Joyner, and from Squad 4C, Lieutenant John Farrow, Engineer Frank Summers, Firefighter 2 Edward Cook, Firefighter 2 Maylee Miller, and Firefighter 2 James Pullum. This happened on the afternoon of September 27th. They were dispatched to a possible house fire on Murray Avenue in Powder Springs. Upon arrival, crews found heavy smoke and were advised by a neighbor that the 75-year-old male resident had medical issues preventing him from getting out of the house and was most likely still inside. After initiating fire attack and search and rescue operations, the elderly male was found and rescued from the structure. While crews worked diligently to extinguish a very difficult fire, additional crews began treatment of the severely burned homeowner. He was flown by helicopter to the burn unit at Grady Memorial Hospital, where after a long recovery process, he survived his injuries sustained during the fire. Crews are to be commended for their teamwork and coordinating efforts in not only rescuing and treating a critically injured occupant, but in the effective extinguishment of a deep-seated and difficult fire to fight. Congratulations. That was a big one. This next unit citation is one of these you should have been here when I was here kind of stories. I remember trying to cover this one. We'll bring up Squad 4B, Lieutenant John Farrow, Engineer Frank Summers, Firefighter 2 Maylee Miller, Firefighter 2 Edward Cook, Truck 14C, Lieutenant Hoke Smith, Engineer Stephen Bradley, Firefighter 2 Matt Aridia, Firefighter 2 Gerald Sheffield, and from Engine 19C, Lieutenant Jason Jones, Engineer Trevor Levy, Firefighter 2 Philip Lynn, Firefighter 2 Shane Turner, and Truck 19C, Captain William Johnson, Firefighter 2 Chris Edmonds, and Firefighter 2 Todd King. Come on. I'm cold just thinking about this one. Late in the afternoon on November 11th, the 2nd Battalion crews received a call for a possible swift water rescue in the Chattahoochee River after a canoe had flipped and sank. Upon arrival, 3 individuals were discovered hanging onto a rock in the middle of the river. After establishing proper safety precautions, crews initiated a coordinated rescue effort from multiple locations utilizing inflatable watercrafts. All 3 occupants of the canoe were successfully rescued and transported to a triage point for assessment and medical attention. Personnel are to be commended for their skill and proficiency in this highly technical and coordinated, and very cold, I might add, rescue effort. Congratulations. Now it's the Division Chief William Tank's show. Outstanding teamwork given to a battalion and shift for their outstanding participation and performance during the annual Firefighter EMS Skills Assessment. Chief Tanks.
All right, as he brings up, I guess Dennis is going to bring up the plaques. Let me first give you a little background. As you can tell, we have a very effective department, very skilled at life rescue and saves and so forth. But while they're not doing 911 calls or responding and saving lives, they're actually training and preparing for these calls. And these guys are very competitive. What we do is give a teamwork award to that battalion that stands out with their training hours, with their physical fitness, and other things that they do for the department, things that you may not see as citizens. You only see the results. But we recognize the effort they put up front before they get on a call, so this is what this award is about. Very competitive process. I can tell you now the state has a minimum training hours of 24 hours per firefighter. We've had some firefighters with 230 hours. That's 10 times the amount above the state minimum requirement. There was a firefighter that had 330 hours for state training. Now, then we have a minimum standard, I guess, for ISO, 279 hours. We got firefighters reaching somewhere around 400 hours of training. There's a lot of training going on when they're not responding to these calls, so this is what this was about. We look at all these factors, things they do, preparing for these calls, and this is how we pick them. Because it's so competitive, we normally reward the top 3, and the last one will be this year's recipient. And believe me, those battalion chiefs over there are waiting to hear about this because they all think that they have the best battalion. For the first award, and the top 3 battalion recognition goes to, drum roll, the 4th Battalion A Shift. Chief Carter, outstanding bunch. The second award, they're nervous over there because they know that obviously tells who the last one is, right? The second award for the top 3 battalions, and this is another outstanding battalion, last year's recipient of the Outstanding Teamwork Award, 2nd Battalion A Shift. And this year we have a newcomer to the top 3. This year's award goes to the Outstanding Teamwork Award goes to this battalion I mentioned. Let me tell you about this battalion just a little. They were top in state hours. They were top in average ISO hours. They had a lot of folks in the top scores for physical fitness, and they just edged these other 2 battalions out. They're very close. Uniquely, they're all on the same shift. I just couldn't figure that out yet. But this award goes to the 3rd Battalion A Shift.
They don't work too hard for that stuff, do they? I promised I'd try to get this in an hour due to curfew issues, and we're pretty darn close. And we're going to let the chief wrap the whole thing up in just a minute here. I just wanted to say again, it's my distinct pleasure and honor to be out here with all you this evening. I'm a great admirer of everything you do. I live in Cobb County. I wouldn't live anywhere else. And I appreciate every time I meet you all out on the street. You're all very nice and kind to us and treat us fair. I will have two things I'd ask of y'all, though. Don't work so fast. When you get out on the scene, take your time. Wait till the news cameras get there, then you can run around and do stuff and fight the fire. Just give me something to work with. And secondly, I'm going to have a petition out back when we're done, the Red Lights for News Trucks petition initiative. And if you would please sign that so I can come see you quicker than I normally do. In the meantime, have a good evening. Chief Heaton.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let me just say a couple of things. First of all, Ross, this is your second year, and I will continue to ask as long as you'll continue to do it for us. You read about as fast as my admin can speak, and it's amazing. But yeah, it is fast. But Ross, for your work and your dedication and your volunteering for this, we would like to give you a little token of our appreciation. So with that. Ross, seriously, we appreciate everything that you do for us, and you've always been a friend and supporter of the fire service and public safety in Cobb County. And this is Channel 2, so if you should happen to move or something, let us know. We can change that out. Your honorary firehound, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This will go good with the red flashing lights, I'm just saying. Big enough head already.
I hope we didn't impose on any copyrights with that Channel 2 emblem there. Another thing I want to say before I get to a couple of awards is, as you can tell by what you've seen here tonight, it truly takes a team. And it's a team of firefighters, it's a team of police officers, it's a team of citizens. And if you haven't heard and seen what we do, and not just we, what the community does, when Ross was talking about the AEDs, the importance of AEDs, the importance of early CPR. I'm telling you, if you don't know CPR, learn it. It is so simple today, it's literally compressions can save lives. If you don't know it, please let us know. We'll be happy to teach it to you. Learn CPR, it saves lives. And the earlier we can get to it, the quicker and the better chance of survival we have. So, and I think we have testimony of that here tonight. And thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it very much. One award that I do want to bring up, it's a first for Cobb County. The National Fire Academy has an Executive Fire Officer EFO designation, and for the first time in Cobb County's history, we have one person that has received that designation for Cobb. It's awarded by the National Fire Academy for 4 years of executive development. Captain Chuck Baird, Captain Baird, come up, please, sir. I will say that Captain Baird's the first person to receive this for Cobb County, and it's a very distinguished award. I mean, 4 years of hard work. It involves going to Emmitsburg, Maryland, 4 years in a row, and intensive instructional research. And each year the candidates are required to complete a applied research project, and upon completion of the fourth, they earn this EFO certificate. And so congratulations to Chuck Baird, and hopefully we can send other folks to the EFO program in the future. So thank you, Chuck. Appreciate that. And y'all notice, while I was sitting up here really boogering up my speech at the first, nobody up here helped me out. They just left. So leave the chief hanging. So if y'all catch me doing something wrong, y'all yell at me. The last thing we have here is the Chiefs Award. And the Chiefs Awards basically just that. It's the Chiefs Award. Each year we look, and you talk about tough. I mean, when you see what we have, you see the people, the quality of people that we have, it's always extremely tough to try to choose who's going to be the Chiefs Award. But I can tell you, occasionally a department will have a person that has such character, such values, such respect, integrity, commitment, and honor, other people are drawn to this person. And it's rare. You don't see that all the time in departments. This person, a person that may have incredible, not incredible saves like we've heard tonight, but just a career of doing hard work, a career that he's admired, he's respected. I can tell you he's a mentor, and not just a mentor to the firefighters. He is a mentor to people of all ranks, and I mean that. I can tell you there's, from myself to many others throughout the rank. And it's not just here. It's a go-to person. He's a go-to person for professional advice, a go-to person for personal advice. He'll sit down and counsel you. He is a go-to person for anything. He's a person that can be trusted at all levels, and he's willing to assist anyone anytime they ask for it. This person always has a positive attitude, and if he doesn't, it's kind of funny. It's kind of humorous type attitude. Tremendous work ethic. He's not just known here in this department, but throughout Cobb County. And Cobb Fire is very fortunate to have a person like this tonight. The person that's receiving the Chiefs Award this year, I'd like to introduce you to Battalion Chief Chuck Carter. Hang right here, Chuck. You know, it's funny. Chuck is he really enjoys this type of attention. He hates it. Let me just tell you. I would like to invite the family of Chuck come in, please. Kathy, his wife, Charlie, and Mom. Is that right, Chuck?
That's my mom.
Okay. Y'all come on up. Come on up. Let me just say that Chuck began his career here in 1983, and he's worked in every battalion. There's a little trick there because years ago, 19 was in the 3rd Battalion, I think, and you touched it. So you worked there for a little bit. He's worked in every battalion. He's worked in their training division. He's worked his way through the ranks up to Battalion Chief. And for a period of time, he worked as Acting Deputy Chief of Operations. He is a hard worker. He continues to excel in his training. He just finished an MPQ-2 Firefighter 2 program, which that's not required for this position. It's a Firefighter 2, but that's the way Chuck is. He's #1 battalion chief in fitness. Out of the 12 battalion chiefs, he's our #1 fitness. He's a friend, he's a mentor, an all-around hell of a guy. Chuck, thanks. Chuck, thank you for everything that you do for Cobb County. And with that, we have a plaque for you. And I appreciate everything that you do, sir. Thank you. All right. That will end our ceremony for the evening. Feel free, I don't know if there's any snacks over there left. Feel free to hang around. We'll be hanging around to talk to different folks. Thank you so very much for coming out tonight. Be very safe driving home. Thank you.